Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping back into DC Dark Legion with our February tier list update. We've added some new characters as well as moved some characters around, so there's a lot to discuss there. But before we get into that, I wanted to share with you a journey that I've been on, a project really that I've been working on. I've got a few lined up for this year and I'm super excited about this one. It's a mobile game and it's been out for a while, but it's one that I haven't really played, and I've really dug into it lately over probably the last month or so. And I'm having a blast with it, and I just wanted to share it with you, so check it out. Hey gamers, I keep talking about this journey that I'm on, and really what that is this right here, Raid Shadow Legends. I started playing a little over a month ago, and I'm having a blast with the game. So much so that I created a whole new channel for it, and I started to put out content on the game, really more focused towards the new player perspective. If you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest that you do. You can use my QR code up here or the link in the description below. By doing that, you'll help support the channel, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. But once you get through the intro, you'll also get a free epic support to Gore. And then once you hit level 15, you're going to get another free epic support, which is Ugo. Fantastic supports for the game. You'll also get resources. These types of games, we all know that we can never have too many resources. Not only that, but we also have a promo code that you can use, Monkey King. You can unlock Sun Wukong, who is a fantastic character in the game as well. And just by doing that and your starter character, you have a fantastic team to start the game with, which is just absolutely awesome. Once you do that, definitely check my channel out. I got a whole bunch of content here for you to take a look at. In one of these videos, I really talk about why 2025 is the best time to join Raid. And it's this right here. We've got an absolutely awesome event. It is Alice in Wonderland. By logging into the game for 7 days, you're going to unlock Alice the Wanderer. That's going to complete your starter team right there, just right off the bat. The event started January 8th. It goes until April 10th, so you have plenty of time to get in there as long as you start the event before March 26th. Not only do we have Alice the Wanderer, we've got some other great characters with Cheshire Cat, Knave of Hearts, Mad Hatter, and of course, the Queen of Hearts herself. This is a great time to join it. Like I said, if you haven't tried the game yet, you can use my QR code up here or the link in the description below. You're going to get to Gore. Once you get through the intro, you're going to get Ugo once you hit level 15, and you're going to get a bunch of resources to help you. And remember, Monkey King, the promo code there, you definitely don't want to miss out on him. He's the first code that you want to use. And all you returning players out there, we have not forgot about you. There's a link in the description below for you as well. You can go ahead and use that and get to Gore and some resources. Once you download the game, go to my channel, check out the videos that I have there, and leave some comments. Let me know how you're enjoying the game. What do you think of the game so far, starting it in 2025? And what do you think about these awesome characters? All right. There you go. Like I said, having a blast with Raid and with the new channel. If you choose to support me over there, thank you for that. I truly appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and jump into DC Dark Legion. Look at this. I am on level 24, going on level 25, 20 hours to go. So making some good progress here, but let's take a look at the list. So here we go. This list, just so you know, is not available yet. I'll provide a link to it once I have it completed. There's a few more things left to do. And then I'll be able to share this out so you all can download it and have fun with it and do whatever you want. On here, also, if you play DC Worlds Collided, you have the tier list and explanations down here as well. So I'm keeping all of my DC stuff together in one workbook. All right, so let's take a look at the tier list here. We've got some changes. We've got Sinestro added. We've got Deathstroke added here as well. We've moved some characters around also. Just want to do a shout out to Tyvaka, to Reaper Fury X, and Quantum. We get together on this tier list and collaborate, and I think it's a solid list. I think it's much better than a single individual going in and saying, hey, this is where I think everybody lands. We now have this, we just have this collective conversation and come to an agreement on where we feel everybody should land. We all have our favorites. So let's go ahead and talk through this. So on here, here's my S tier. You see an S plus. We don't have anybody in an S plus, yes, but I have this just in case we go there. We did add an A plus. We felt that there was a reason and a need for it. So if we take a look at this, we got Soups, we got Harley. Those two have been there for a while. Green Lantern also. We did move up Joker, and then with the entry of Sinestro, we have Sinestro at S tier as well. He is available on the earlier servers like server 200. We're on server 204, so he's not here yet. but he will be soon. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead to the explanation piece. So I've got S through A down here. I'll complete B and C a little bit later. By the time I publish the link, those will be all filled in. But what I have here is basically I take a look at their kit and I just make a few call outs as to provide a little bit more explanation and reasoning as to why we have him where he is. So let's go ahead and talk about these characters right here. Superman, massive single target damage. He's awesome. He also has some crowd control with his freeze breath. He's got this awesome passive buff as well, which increases his defense and his attack. One thing to keep in mind is this list assumes 5 white stars because that's when all skills are unlocked. And you don't get that passive buff until you get him to 5 whites. But there's a huge difference between him at no stars and him at 5 white stars. So he's a great character. Harley Quinn is great as well. She's been great for a long time. Massive AoE damage. She does a self-healing attack as well. And then her passive gives her energy gain for every enemy defeated. That passive buff, again, she has to be at 5 white stars in order to take advantage of that. Green Lantern Hal, a little bit of a change with him. He's always been a great healer. Awesome healing with his ultimate. He also turns his overhealing into a shield, which is awesome. He also has some CC with his Emerald Armory attack that has a stun. And then he creates an energy field that heals his allies that are within that range. Now, a little bit of a change. It used to increase attack. It no longer does that. But he's pure healing now. He does a little bit of damage, but really nothing major. Sinestro, newest character to hit the list. Huge damage with his ultimate that also chains to other enemies. He restores his own energy and also increased attack when enemies are defeated. That increases with the more Legion of Doom allies that he has on the team. Great addition. He's going to pair really well with Scarecrow. Joker, huge damage with his Joker Venom as well as his ult, spreading debuffs and weakens across the enemies, and then attack up for each Arkham Wanted ally. So great list right there for our S tier. Brand new tier with the A+ list. Wanted to move a few people around. We moved Ivy down to A+. We've got Green Arrow up there in A+ as well, and moved Mara up there. If we take a look at kind of what they offer, Poison Ivy, great mix of superior healing. I still feel she's the best healer. She's also got some good damage. I have compared them quite a bit, her and Mara specifically. I prefer Poison Ivy. I think it's probably a preference thing, or whoever you have developed further. Green Arrow has always been good from the early to mid game. Really interested to see how he holds up in the later game. Great single target damage. Also has some CC with his stun when unlocked in his force. And then Mara, she's great straight up healer. She also has heal over time with her healing waters. That also has to be unlocked in force as well. So those are the only 3 that we currently have on A+. For our A list, by and large the same. Just a few changes through this list that I'll talk through. Batman got a boost up into the B tier, and the reason for that is right here. This update that we talked about in my previous video, just the buff that he got to Dark Knight Detective as well as his utility belt. I really like this. Look at this. Batman becomes briefly untargetable and gains a certain percentage of physical defense bonus for 5 seconds. This right here, this is when he dodges basic attacks, throws his boomerang, so he's got that counter attack, dealing the physical damage, and then he's got that brief untargetable on him, which I think is pretty cool. So with those changes, it did bump him up a little bit there. So he is in the A tier now as well. Now, Fate. Fate we had up in S tier. We dropped him down to the A tier. I think with Fate, he's got some excellent, let's go over here. He's got some excellent, where is he? Right here. Some excellent shields. Awesome for the team. I think he's really used more for getting through that tough battle that you need to get through. And then things tend to calm down after that tough battle for a while. And then you bring Fate back in. So I think he's really more an as-needed character, not someone that you would consistently put on the team, at least from my perspective. Deathstroke is a new character as well. Good single target damage dealer. Regenerates health every 2 seconds in battle. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Not as good as Sinestro and some of these other characters, but he did make it into the A tier. Raven, want to talk about her just a little bit. Raven, decent AoE healer. She's another healing option. She has this teleport that switches places with allies who are below 50% health. Does that switch and then provides healing to that. I think with Raven specifically, some of the challenge there is that teleport will sometimes kill her. Interesting to see where she might flourish when it comes to a Dark Legion Dark League, whatever that tag is. Justice League Dark with these heroes right here. Really interested to see what she might do in this team, because the more Justice League Dark members that you have on the team, the more attack damage she does. So she might be pretty good. We'll see once we get more of these members into the game. All right, let's go back to the list here. Aquaman in the A tier as well. He is a great support character, actually. If we take a look at what he does, great support hero with a number of CC abilities, right? Like knockback and incapacitate. He's got this ult that pulls enemies together to the center of the screen, which is a very nice setup for an AoE character to follow up with an attack right after that, because then you're going to grab everybody, right? So really good for Arena too, I think. All right, so that's where we have that list. When we take a look at B list, I don't think anything really moved here. I think there is probably some healthy conversation to be had about Red Hood. Some people really, really like him. I think he's okay. I just feel that some of the times when he does his ultimate, he lands in a space where he then dies in battle. I think there could be some improvement made to his kit there. And then when we take a look at the C tier, we've got everybody down there. I know that there's people who really like Lex. I think we'll see him flourish a little bit more. Maybe he's Legion of Doom, I think, right? Let's go back to that. Is he? Legion of Doom, which is also Sinestro's tag, one of Sinestro's tags, which I think is really cool. So where is Legion of Doom? Right down here. Yeah, we got Lex there. We got Sinestro. So I think once we get a full team together, this might be a pretty cool team to experiment and test out. All right, so there we go with the list. Those are the updates that we made. We did actually drop down Deadshot too. He's okay, but there's so many other great characters to build teams from. One thing to mention, just because they're in a lower tier doesn't mean that they absolutely suck. In this game, you need to have a wide roster. You have these towers here. If we go back out here, right, we've got more towers here. I call them towers. It's the training simulator. These right here, where it requires specific types of heroes. And you can see that right here. Justice League right here. Arkham villains here. So you really need that wide roster to build everybody out and build a good team. Everybody can eventually fit in a pretty decent team. So, all right, everybody, that's what I had for you. Very curious, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the changes that we made? What do you think about the A plus tier? And should we have any S plus? Anybody here that you think would be S plus? All right, that is what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.